Buenos dias, it's day 11. Nice night last night. I had the signal up there, so I got to call Petty and talk to her for a while. It didn't get too cold last night, which is nice. It's been a while since it hasn't been pretty cold. So I didn't even need, so I had been sleeping with my puppy on and stocking hat on the past few nights, but didn't need to do that last night. It made getting out of bed a little easier this morning. So it's 7:30 right now. I'm moving. So in less than 4 miles, like 3.8 miles, is the end of segment 10, which is where our hike ended last year. I'm actually not feeling too emotional about it right now, like I had sometimes felt. I probably will still stop there for a little bit and reflect a little, but then we'll move on. Segment 11. Yeah, so I'll be going into Twin Lakes. I think my plan is to hike to the road, not take that like shortcut trail, and hopefully catch a hitch to the general store and the food truck. I think it should be pretty easy to get a hitch back to the trail from there. I don't know how easy it will be to get a hitch to it. So it's right, because the thing is that there's like a shortcut trail that comes down on the west side of the city, and that's about a mile. So then I would need to hike that mile back to get back to the trail where I left it. So that'd be pretty much, if I take that shortcut trail, that'd be like a guaranteed I'm walking 2 non-trail miles to get to Twin Lakes. If I go walk over, you just keep following the trail until it hits that highway, then yeah, that's actually more like 1.5 miles into the town, and it's a road walk if you have to walk it, but there's a chance you can get a hitch. And again, I think the odds of getting a hitch back are probably pretty good, and so from that perspective, it's like, okay, well, even if I have to walk the 1.5 miles on the road to the town, then I might be able to get the hitch. That should be less than hiking the 2 miles on that one trail. I know a lot of people take the shortcut 1 mile in and then will hitch to the other highway, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to skip the trail that runs around the north side of Twin Lakes. Yeah, so it's about 11 miles from where I camped last night to get to that highway, which would be about perfect for lunch, although, of course, if I end up having to walk 1.5 miles into Twin Lakes, that'll make it more 12.5 miles on my body, which is, I mean, I took my lunch break at 14 miles the other day, so that should be fine if I have to do that. Anyway, my brother Ben is playing in a national ultimate frisbee tournament today in the co-ed masters division, which makes him sound really old. You have to be at least 33 or something like that in order to qualify for the masters division. Then you have to be 33 in that year. So Ben is actually 32, but because he turns 33 2 days before January 1st, he gets to count as a 33-year-old for this year, which is kind of funny. But so good luck to Ben. That is being played in Denver, where the high today is expected to be 100 degrees. Oh man, up here at, we're not quite 12,000 feet, but close, I think. 11 and change. I mean, it's not gonna get above probably the mid 70s. So I'm glad I'm not starting at Waterton today. That's for sure. Good luck to anybody who is, or anybody doing segment 2 today too. Jeez. But okay, that's all for now. All right, Mount Massive Trailhead. So this is where we stopped. I've had a lot of time to think about this. You know, Patty was doing her internship. She's finishing up her doctorate. She was like, you know, we're gonna go hike this trail, but I don't have time to prepare. You have to get us ready. And I, you know, I embraced that. I loved that. I wanted to do that. Like, but I mean, the reality is I did a bad job. I was kind of one of those guys where, like, you know, when people would say, like, you know, you need to get light, like, this, like, saves, like, a few ounces, so it's worth it. I didn't believe it. It's like, I had done other hikes before, you know, 3-day, 2 nights type hikes, and been fine. But that, yeah, you know, so it's like I heard the advice and didn't listen to it, and it was a mistake. There's a big difference between regular backpacking, like going out for like 2-day, 1 night, 3-day, 2 nights, and through hiking. There's a massive difference between the two of them. And I think a lot of times, like the media, like the YouTube videos and podcasts and all this stuff that's like about, like, they don't do a good enough job distinguishing between the two. Like, you got Backpacker Radio is a podcast. That is not a podcast about backpacking. That is a podcast about through hiking. I think people should do a better job of distinguishing when their comments apply. Like, what are you thinking about? Like, I've seen people, like, have comments on videos where they're like, if somebody will make a video why you shouldn't, like, why you don't need to go ultralight or whatever. And then people, I've saw, like, a comment, like, in most ultralight backpackers videos, you see everybody else's packs, and their packs aren't that small. But it's like, but they're probably not hiking the whole trail either, right? So there's a huge difference, and the community doesn't do a good enough job of separating the advice for regular backpacking and for through hiking. For through hiking, every ounce matters. And so you're just gonna make me cry. If I would have listened to that advice, then when I'm gonna be setting out on the next segment, my girls would have been with me. But I didn't. But I didn't. And Petty got worn down. And Frida got worn down. And we didn't make it. I have a lot of regrets. But at the same time, it's like, how do you learn those lessons without going through it once and failing? Oh, man. Oh, it's with a lot of survivor's guilt I stepped forward. But I didn't come out here to not get this done. I came out here to get this done. So we're gonna get this done. Look at this tunnel of aspens. Beautiful. Segment 11 so far has felt almost identical to segment 10, which is basically just a secluded walk through a bunch of pine trees. So this is a nice change of pace right here. And I do think I maybe have changed my mind on Twin Lakes. I think I'm going to take the trail in. I'm hungry. That'll get me fed a lot faster if I do it. It will make me hike 2 non-trail miles today. But so be it. I'm hungry. Peering through Mount Albert. Barely peering through. It's pretty dense aspen trees here. Anyway, that arrow might as well just say burger that way. They say this trail is not always the best maintained, so let's see. I think it's about a mile. Looks like it's going to be a lot of down, which of course means I'm going to have a lot of up to get back up here, but I want that burger. Real nice shot of the lakes here in the village down in front of them there where I'm heading. Beautiful. Okay, I made it down to the road. That trail, it was finally, like it was maintained fine, but it was steep at the end. It's not gonna be fun to go back up, but it's burger time. So, short-term win for maybe a long-term loss. Oh well, I'm hungry. Alright, so I'm hanging out here at the Twin Lakes General Store. Got my burger, got my fries at the food truck. That was really good, and yeah, I got my Coors at the general store. They let us drink out here, and I'm getting one YouTube video uploaded. So I discovered, yeah, I hadn't really figured it out. I believe I'll be, just currently, today is Friday, I will be getting to Salida on Tuesday, I believe, if everything goes kind of according to plan. And then, yeah, so I realized that I needed to get one more video out before Tuesday to keep them coming out on a regular schedule, so I just edited a video and it's currently uploaded. As soon as that's done, and as soon as I'm done with my beer, I will make that awful climb back up to the CT and keep hiking. So, but this is a nice spot. The only thing is there's no shade here, so I've just kind of been baking in the sun, but it's pretty good. I'm getting my battery charged up. They have Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is good. And yeah, and they have beer and they have burgers. It's a pretty good deal. Met a couple hikers. Sopro maybe was her name. She's flying. She's like doing 27-mile days. She's got a little bit of an ankle issue, but I have a feeling I'm not going to see her again. She may be taking a 0 to get her foot healed up, but 27 miles a day is just insane. She's waking up every day at 4 a.m. Yeah, it's impressive. And then I met another nice young guy who basically doesn't think he's going to finish the trail because he's going to get picked up by a buddy and go do a bunch of kind of national park tours and things like that around Utah and Arizona, so not bad. They got self-serve pass gas here. Anyway, it's been a nice break. My legs are obviously feeling pretty good, even if I'm sweating a lot. But I think once I get back on the trail, I should be feeling pretty good and be able to make some decent miles to finish off the day. So I got about 80 miles to Salida, so I resupplied for that. I actually got rid of a lot of stuff. I was carrying way too much stuff. So I was carrying way too much food. Not stuff, but food specifically. So I gave Sop Joy? What was her? I don't remember her trail name. Sorry. But I gave her a bunch of my food that I wasn't going to eat, and hopefully I'm not going to be carrying too much food for this next stretch. So anyway, get back on the trail here pretty soon. I made it back. And let me tell you something. That trail was ridiculous trying to follow going back the other way. There was no question where to go when you're going down into the village. Coming back, I mean, there were several places where like it appeared to fork and there was no way to really know which way to go. It just is not well marked. So like, you know, the comments in the guidebook were that it wasn't well maintained always. There was one down tree, but that was easy to get around. But otherwise, you know, it was easy to walk on when you were walking on it, but coming from Twin Lakes back to the trail was a pain in the ass. And I lost a bunch of time. What time is it now? It's 5:15. So yeah, that took me like an hour and 15 minutes to walk a 1 mile trail because of getting lost several times. So anyway, I'm out of water and there's water right here. So I'm gonna get it. Whatever, there's nothing you can do now. There's nothing you can do now. Just hike as many miles as you can, and either way, we're gonna make it to Salida on Tuesday. It's just a matter of what time. All right. The walk around the lakes has just been really nice. It's beautiful, wide open. I like lakes. There's something about mountain lakes. Nice evening for a stroll. Okay, I found a flat place to camp, just not too far into the woods. So basically the trail looped all the way around the Twin Lakes and to the other side of the lakes. It was a nice walk. I enjoyed it, although it was dry. I had to get to that dirty lake water, and you can definitely taste the difference. It doesn't taste as good as the stream water. And it's a ways until I get to stream water tomorrow, but I'll be all right. So I put in 16.2 trail miles today. Not anywhere near as much as I was kind of hoping I'd be able to do. But whatever. I'm at like mile 180 or something. Yeah, so tomorrow, almost undoubtedly, I'll be hitting 200 miles. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. I finally took my watch off to charge it. My wrist had all kinds of gunk underneath it. I'm probably going to have to take my watch off more often. So I have 4G again tonight, so hopefully I'll be able to talk with Petty some tonight. And go to sleep. I think I'm gonna start setting an alarm for 6 a.m. every morning. Just make sure I get up. I'm almost always asleep by 9. Like waking up at 6, that's 9 hours of sleep. That should be plenty. I just need to make sure I get up so I can take advantage of those morning hours. Those morning hours are some of the most beautiful and most efficient in a lot of ways times of the day to hike. If you sleep through it, it's kind of a wasted opportunity. So anyway, that's all.
Buenas noches for day 11, día 11.